welcome. I'm Lynn of Lynn Stitches Creates, and welcome to my Flosstube channel about counter cross stitching the project bags I make. It is Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. There's snow on the ground here in Ohio. There's snow on the ground in Georgia. It's been a crazy winter. But kind of appropriate because I was born in a blizzard. So, you know, it's the world. And I just saw a news article from 1977 when the temperatures in Cincinnati were 20 below to 25 below for a week or two, and the river froze, so people didn't have to use the bridges to get between Covington, Kentucky and Cincinnati, and people were walking across the river. It was kind of wild. People got worried that it wasn't going to stay stable in this news article. If I can, I'll post it. I'll put the link, if I remember, I'll put the link in my box so that you can see it, because it was interesting to watch. So it's cold. It's not quite that cold today. Last time I looked, I think it was like 8. Yeah, there's a wind chill, but you know, once you get into wind chill, cold is cold. Just bundle up and be careful. That's really what you got to worry about. So I know, so it is episode 150. It's going to be my WIP parade. It's my birthday week. It's my birthday. It didn't happen yesterday because I was babysitting for my grandson who was not feeling well again. Kid just cannot catch a break this winter, but doing so much better than he has the last few. So I'm going to show you a few things that have come before we jump into the WIP parade. My husband, for my birthday, got me some cute little Snoopy earrings. He went to Bruegger's to get me bagels this morning. It is still early in the day. I don't know if he's got anything else planned. We'll see. I'll let you know on Monday. My son's fiance, we might as well just call Ashley my daughter-in-law at this point. They've been together so long, it's ridiculous. She went to Japan before Christmas, and she brought me Snoopy's restaurant. It is a sushi set, sushi and tea set. So I have not taken it out of the bags yet, but the little details are ridiculous. Look at this little doghouse cookie. How cute is that? And then there's the teapot, and on the sushi board there's sushi shaped like Snoopy's head. So I don't have a place for this yet. I'm going to figure out a spot where I can have it out and be on display and out of the way of the cats. So I love it. Then she got me, these are stamps. So next year when I do my Christmas cards, I can put one on the back of, stamp one on the back of every envelope. And how about these? She made these. Aren't they pretty? I love the color. The color is my color. And they fit perfectly. The thumb hole is just right. It's not hitting at a bad space. So when I'm in my sunroom and it's a little cold, I can still cross stitch. My hands won't be cold. Because a lot of times when I'm in the sunroom, I've got the heat going and I've got, you know, I'm usually hot. But out there right now with the temperatures, I get a little cold. So my seasonal swap, I'm a member of Stacy's from Thread the Needle Stitchery, her seasonal swap group. And yes, this was supposed to come in December, but I totally understand life getting in the way, November, December. I so understand, Tammy, please. But this was the stitching that Tammy sent. It is absolutely beautiful. Look at this pillow. Isn't that adorable? She did such a beautiful job with it. So thank you, Tammy. I will love displaying that next year in the new dough bowl that Black Needle Society gave me, so that's perfect. But wait, there's more. She went crazy. She went crazy. Tammy, you went crazy. I love it, but you went crazy. So she got me cherry blossom tea. I tried this morning. Very, very good. It's a green tea with springtime cherries. She also got me, which I think will be very much like my holiday tea, hot cinnamon sunset. So I'm going to try that tomorrow. She got me 2 packages of hot chocolate melt-away Santas. I made one of these last night. So good. So very good. You just boil your milk and then put these in and they just melt. And so very good. She got me, yes, and there's more. So she got me 2 little snails for my teacup. You put them on the rim of your teacup and they can hold your tea bag. So there's 2 of those. She also got me these adorable spoons. Oh my gosh, they are so cute. Now I can't get the bubble wrap back open. So here's one. So there's the shape of it. I don't know if you can see. It's Nessie. I've only ever seen the ladles, but it's a Loch Ness Monster spoon. So it won't fall into your cup, which is wonderful, but it's got eyes on it. See the eyes? So it's a sea monster. I love it. So cool. Thank you so much. But wait, there's more. She gave me, it's called a Noel fob, and it's got, so you can put it on a zipper pull, make it a zipper pull, make it a keychain, make it a bag tag, scissor fob, whatever. But it comes with that little pattern too. And I think it says, actually, it says pattern included. Then she gave me Ti Amo from Rami's Creations, which I don't have this one. And she bought the Belle Soie to go with it. And the last kit, she got me Cottage Garden Samplings, Merry Christmas, which I love this pattern. I think it's adorable. She got me the specialty floss. There's this DMC too, which, you know, I'm not complaining, but she got the specialty floss and fabric. So, how cute is that? So these will go in my kitted section because they're all ready to go. I have fabric to use for Te Amo or Ti Amo. I might start this one sooner rather than later. So cute. So thank you, Tammy. I love it all. It's a lot. You have really spoiled me. I was not worried that you were late shipping, but thank you so much. And it came the day before my birthday, so it was perfect. The last thing I'm going to share with you before we get into, and it's 10 minutes in already, oh my gosh. Sunday is the annual Acorns and Threads digital retreat. I missed last year because we were in Australia. It's the Acorn Gathering. I have not opened my bag. I just opened the envelope. I've got my ticket and my 2025 to put on my name tag. So when you go to Acorns and Threads retreats, they give you a name tag. They give you one name tag. Don't lose that name tag. And you add to it. So I've got these 3 were from the digital retreats I've been to. This one and this one were from in-person retreats. So I will add to my name tag. And then Sunday, we will open the kits. We'll find out who the designer is and enjoy a day of stitching. So, and of course, if you ever go to an Acorns and Threads retreat, whether it's in person or digital, you get a bag of M&Ms because your hands don't get messy when you eat M&Ms, right? Okay, I think that's it. So you ready? You buckled up? I'm going to start with Christmas because my plan had been in December to pull out some Christmas WIPs. Didn't happen because I was so involved with Forbidden Fiber Co. and my Modern Folk Embroidery Advents, keeping up with my daily stitching, which I'm very proud. I kept up with both of them. They were both finished exactly when they were supposed to be. So, yay me, but it was tiring. Okay, so I have this one, this Snoopy one. It says Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. This is pretty much full coverage. I am not doing it that way. I picked out a fabric. I have this beautiful opalescent. This is a Bestitch Me fabric, and that is where I am on this. I have made a mistake in his head somewhere. I'm not pulling it out. We are just moving on. So, who knows, maybe that's what I'll work on for my birthday. Maybe that's what I'll pull out tonight for birthday stitching. Let's see. Trying to keep them in an order so that I can... Okay. This I had started and then I restarted. Is Yo Ho 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 by Sue Hillis. Nancy from Bushy Stitchers is also working on it. I'm trying to figure, oh, that's what it is. I was trying to figure out what my needle minder was connected to. It was my floss ring. So this was a scrap fabric that I found at Keepsakes, and I thought he worked out perfectly on there. So he is slow going because Sue, being an artist, uses lots of DMC colors. So I was going to try to originally, this is still in a plastic bag because it was when I first came back to stitching and I just haven't moved it over. I do have project bags now I can put it in. But when I first came back to stitching, I was gonna try to switch and just do like a variegated, but now I just don't want to. I want to try to do it as it's charted. Okay, next is Caterpillar Cross Stitch. It was a Sal a couple of years ago. I have left it in the Q-snap because I found that it was marking every time I took it off. And I want to, I have left all the numbers off because they were all over the place and that made my OCD mind go a little nuts. So I'm going to get everything in. And I think I may add this to my a block a month. But I have someone recharted the last one and made it a nativity scene. I really like that, and I'm going to try to do that as well. Then what is this? Oh, this is my, I would have wondered where that was. I have Prairie Schooler, Santa, 2006, and so he is, I don't know if he has a name other than, yeah, I guess he just has the year. So with the sewing machine, and Chris has decided to visit. So this is how far I've got it on an opalescent. I believe this might be an XG fabric. I did his face all over one. That was the first time I had done that, but I do love it. So I'll have to do his hands as well. I started to put in the Christmas stocking, and I haven't gotten back to him. That's sad. And I have kitted up with him. I have the 2019 Prairie Schooler Santa, but I have not started that one yet. So that should have been shown last week in my kit parade. And then I don't know why I have that fabric still in there. I should take that fabric out. Had a piece of fabric in there. Ooh, might be able to use it for that Te Amo pattern. I'll have to check and see if that fabric's big enough for it. This is one of the favorite project bags that I did. I wish I had gotten more of this fabric because it's just so cute. But it was an after Christmas sale fabric. I just got a little bit, and that was just before I really got into making project bags like I do now. This is Teresa Kogut, Hope for the World. I really need to get back to this one. I didn't work on it on its birthday like I wanted to, but that is where it is. And another opalescent, and that way there's no fill-in, it's just the color. So I've started working on his hat there. It's a lot. I need to add him to my Candyland board for when I get 1,000 stitches, then just do all that fill-in. Change my board today before that happens. And let's see. Uh-oh. Oh, that was a sticker. I'm not going to worry about that sticker. Okay. Those things there. I did not start that. That is a kit. We're just doing whips. Okay, this is one I have to leave out. This is Noel sampler from Tiny Modernist, right? No, Satsuma Strip, excuse me. I have, did I finish one block? I did. I finished one block, and I think there's 16. So, once again, it's an opalescent, because that's me. Christmas is all sparkly. So there's the block, and I started the next one, and my friend Dawn encouraged me to do one a year this year. Oh, here's the picture of it. This is what it'll look like finished. The blocks are a lot, they don't look like they should be much, but they are a lot more stitch heavy than you think they are. So that's all of them. I'm going to leave this one out so that I put it where I need to have it. And that's a kit. This was from when Stacy was Stacy's Creative Studio. She's now Thread the Needle Stitchery. She designed this pattern. I started it and sadly have not finished it once again. This is called Spooky by Be Stitch Me. the lesson. And there's where I am so far. It's very cute. That's, let's see, is that all the way across? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so that's as wide as it will be. I did a center start. I didn't need to. So, yeah. Live and learn. But I should still have a whole bunch of fabric, you know, down. It probably won't go below that line. So at least half the fabric I'll have. I'm so sad I didn't get, plans. I make plans. I was going to pull it all out in July, for Christmas in July. Didn't. I forget what I was working on, but I didn't. Hold on one second. My husband had a question. So, okay, so that was all the Christmas that I've got started. Surprisingly, that really surprised me. I thought I had more started. Who knows, maybe when we're going through these other bins, I'll find more. So, Plum Street Samplers, Raccoon Rabble. This was a very, very, very sad start at StitchCon 2023. And there it is. That's all I started. I don't know. I'm kind of not liking this fabric. And I'm not 100% sure about the colors in here. So, who knows? He made these. I love them, but they may go into a restart. The other day, you saw my start. If you watched my last floss tube, Early Americans, I've started with the center square, and I'm going to try to move a little fast. There that is so far. My goal is to have that finished before the end of January, and attempt to do at least one block a month. It's not out of the realm of possibility. I just have to focus. Not let all the pretty things distract me. So during the kit parade, I showed you this one. Now for our WIP parade, I will show you this one. So this was from Teresa Kogut, Retreat with Craft Gallery. This one is called Making Beautiful Things. Of course, because it was blue, I had to start that one. And this is where I am. I changed out, I changed a color, and I forget, I hope I wrote it down, because I know I changed something. But I've got all that fill-in to do on her skirt. Got the words in, and I need to finish the fill-in, so I really should get back to it. I don't know why those, oh, I know why. Because she's so pretty, and she's not that big. And I have everything I need for her. So, too many beautiful things. And go into retreats, you get more beautiful things. And, okay, Forbidden Fiber Co. Gamer. I've had this one out recently. Here is the full pattern. It says, you don't stop gaming because you grow old because you stop gaming. It's on this beautiful fabric, and that is where I am so far. It's so funny because the picture of the pattern is so tiny, and when you look at the pattern, I didn't realize that this was an original Nintendo controller until I stitched it. It's so funny. So, this is another one I love and would really like to finish. I have to show my son Benjamin and his fiance are here. Ashley's here I didn't want to bore her with the WIP parade. That's why she's not on today. So, Glendon Place, Dragon Affairs, Metal Knot in the Affairs of Dragons, where you are crunchy and good with ketchup. It's my sense of humor. If you've watched me, you know that. And that is where I am. Metal Knot in, and I need to put the affairs. So I had put this in timeout because I was doing the circle and I didn't like the way my modeling was going. So we'll see. I teased Kevin from WIP about not getting his backstitch done. He teases me about not working on this one. So we both have things. This, I believe I did start it. This isn't a, yeah. This is from MI Studio Creates. It's called America Gnome. And here's what I've done so far. So I've just begun his hat. And I've got his nose in. So he won't be that big. I do like him. I don't know why I haven't gotten back to it. How many Flosstubers have you watched doing WIP parades who have said those words? I don't know why I'm not doing them. Because there's too many other pretty shiny things. Okay, and this, my friend Diane made this for me. And this is Anne of Green Gables from Stitching Book Club. And sadly, that is as far as I've gotten on it. I got the kit from her. I really need to, while this is up here, I really need to go and I don't serge, but I've got a stitch on my old sewing machine that works like a serge, so I can, but yeah. Pam of Just Keep Stitching and Tony, who is Stitches in Kentucky, but looks like Stitchinitsky on Instagram. They were meeting every Monday and working on theirs, and Pam finished hers. I'm not sure if Tony has. If not, she's pretty close. From Teresa Kogut, this came out last Easter. Oh, How He Loves Us. I worked on it on Easter, and that's as far as I've gotten. Take my Q-snap out of there, because then I know where it is. I don't have a Q-snap for every project. I will keep, if I get fabric into a bag, and this bag was made by my friend Erica from WIP. She quilted it. Isn't that pretty? I don't quilt my fabrics. But if I get something into the Q-snap and I'm going to work on it again, I'll leave it in the Q-snap. Otherwise, I don't. United We Stand, also by Teresa Kogut. This was a Juneteenth start back in 2020. It is on 28 count. It's a big one. And that's where I am. I made a mistake in counting for her skirt, but I think we're just going to go for it. I used Ymir Almond M&M's silks for the skin. I think those colors are absolutely beautiful. And I've heard rumors that she might do another collection of skin colors. Just rumors, just rumors. But I hope so. Because they're beautiful. And it's so much better than, I think, unless, I know on some mirrors, like you've got like 3 colors for the skin tones and the faces, but when you've got one skin tone, almond M&Ms are just perfect. They look beautiful. This is from the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. It's Freedom Quaker. I was looking for this one and I didn't know where I put it. And I guess because I don't have it in an actual project bag, I've just got it in the bag that the pattern came in. I didn't see it in my bag. So this is where I've gotten to on it. This was a Susan B. Anthony dollar that was made into a needle minder when Colleen Rebel Stitcher, Liz the Wandering Stitcher, and I were working on the Susan B. Anthony quote a few years back. Now that I finished my January Quaker from her, I think I want to get back to this one. Got The Castle by Cottage Garden Samplings. This was my last start of 2024. And that is where it is. I have not worked on it again. Though Erica worked on hers, so if you watch Akio WIP, you should see some progress on Erica's. Got Rebel Stitcher Designs, Flowers Grow Back. I need to get back to this one too. This was a StitchCon start. And that's what I put in. It's all Cottage Garden threads. I bought the floss pack for it because I thought it would be, well, at that time I wasn't getting Cottage Garden threads. Colleen started the club after she did this one. So now, of course, I have a whole bunch. Let's see, what is this one? Oh, this is one I want to start. Another kit. This is one I didn't show in my kit parade. I have it all ready to go. 2 Cats and a Moon. I love it. Need to get that started. Let's see here. This is also a kit, I think. Where is, right? This is for, oh no, this is Schoolhouse Rock. This is was a SAL with Black Needle Society at the beginning of last school year, 2023, and that's all I did on it. Of course, the whole thing is out. If I remember, I'll put a picture of what the whole thing looks like. They did another one, which was Magic School Bus for 2024, which I never started. So I'll kit it up. Ready to go. Getting started. So I have it in Black Needle Society bag. Also from Black Needle Society. This is the murder mystery one we did. Must Be Possible. This was the artwork was by Kristen De Palma. Katie Landis did the chart. The impossible could not have happened, therefore the impossible must be possible in spite of appearances. It's a quote from Agatha Christie. I believe Poirot says it. But that is all I've done on that. I've seen a few people recently finish this. I'm very jealous. And this fabric was done by Jody from Steel City Stitchers, and she did it where there's a UV light you can show on it, and it will show the blood splatter. It's very, very cool. Another Black Needle Society pattern. This was year 4? Yeah, year 4 from Frogwarts, based on the 4th Harry Potter movie, Goblet of Fire. And that is where I am on that. I had a mistake over here, and I fixed it last summer. So I'll get back to it this summer. That's one I'm not as concerned with. You know, there's some pieces I really want to get done and display, and other pieces, I get to them. I'm going to finish them, but they're not calling. This was a Forbidden Fiber Co. kit. It's Aquarius, because that is my sign. And I started this. That's as far as I've gotten. It's so sad. So very sad. And I think about it every now and then. I think I should do that. Oh, so bad. So bad. Okay. This is Madame Chantilly. This is I believe this is her cat tier. It's a digital pattern, so I will put in a picture if I can find it. I've got it on XGU Opalescent that Ben and Ashley had given me for Christmas, and that's as far as I've gotten. Jan Hicks Creates, Ode to a Peacock. I got all the Mrs. Seda silks. I bought that at a StitchCon. I got all the silks because the colors are amazing. And just the border I've been working on. So it's gonna be a while. It's bigger than you think. So very, very pretty. I might have to finish this later. We're going out to lunch. This was my birthday start a couple of years ago. Elemental Dragons Air. No, not Air. I was working on Elemental Dragons Fire. This one. I have all 4. And I have Cottage Garden threads pulled out for them. And that's where I am on that. So 2 full dragons. I guess I should really work on this for my birthday. But yes, I will get to them. I think why I've put them off is because using the Cottage Garden threads, I picked out like 3 that I'm trying to blend in instead of using just 1, and that's just really getting to me. Token of Fall from Hello from Liz Matthews. started that in 2022. Holy cow. And that's where I am on that. Goodness, that is bad. This is 28 count Whisper. It's a Lugana. I got it at Craft Gallery. But using all the called for DMCs. Ingleside Imaginarium, Spring Dragon. I got this in a cross stitch and stationery box. And I believe that is up. That's all I've gotten done on her. It's a lot though. I mean, that took quite a few hours to get that in. This one is another Snoopy. He's in a pumpkin. He was a lot more stitching than I thought. I was doing him as a part of an exchange. And I didn't get him done. Had to do something else really quick. But I will finish him. He's very cute. But his head is almost as much stitching as the pumpkin that he's sitting in. Did I start this one? I did. This was a really cute one. Use Easter from Twin Peak Primitives. I started this in April of 2023, and that's as far as I got. So sad. So sad. Gotta get back to these things. I need to make a better plan. I know some people make like monthly plans where they're going to pull out certain projects each month, and I'm beginning to think that maybe I should do that too. But I'm very much a sweewee. Stitch what you want when you want. You know, there's things that call to me, and when those things call to me, I make a lot of progress. Superior Bees by Summerhouse Stitchworks. This was in a Black Needle Society box. Some of my friends have finished it. Others are much closer to finishing. That's as much as I've got done. But I had to restart it at one point because I made a mistake. So I do love it. Let's see. This was an anniversary start. Our Hearts by Brenda Gervais. I am doing a little bit of a color conversion on it, making the man and the woman. Woman is going to be blue, man is going to be green, because those are our favorite colors. And that is all I've got done. That's it. I'm a sad, sad person. This was from Acorns and Threads in 2023, I believe it was. It's a Lindy Stitches snack bar. So cute. And that is what I stitched on it during the retreat. I love the fabric. Look at that. Look at that. It's a printed fabric, but it's very cool. So that's small enough I can use it for airplane stitching. I really should do that. This was another stitching book club. This was the Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I got part 1 done. And that was it. I'm so sad. I have a plan with some of, I've got Jane Eyre that you'll see. That one is really close to being done. And then I think I might come back to this one and then go on to Anne of Green Gables. And that's all the started ones in this bag. I have some other kits that I forgot to pull out and show. So I am going to take a break. I've got one more bin, and when we get back from lunch, I will finish filming. See you later. Welcome back. I know for you it's just been a couple of seconds. For me, it is now Sunday, January 29th. When I got off, I was going to lunch, and I was going to come back, and I was going to finish filming this WIP parade. Instead, I was kidnapped. My husband, amazing crazy man that he is, planned a whole surprise for me. He brought in friends from out of town. It was just incredible. He rented a house for everyone to stay in. 2 of my sisters-in-law were there. He rented a Hummer limo to transport us places, and we went and had a spa afternoon. I got my nails done and had a massage, and other people did manicures and pedicures and massages and facials, and it was just incredibly relaxing and wonderful. And then we went to dinner at the Governor's House in Kentucky, which is a restaurant in Covington. He had gotten a private room for us, and then from there we went to the game show battle room, which it's, let's see, it might be as much as 2 years now, or going on 2 years since it opened. Basically, you can go with your friends, and all those game shows that you watched growing up, you can be part of. So we split it family and Stitchy friends. Family won. Just saying. But we all had such a fun time. It was really crazy. The first, there were four different ones that we did. The first one was like Family Feud. The next one was like Wheel of Fortune, and we actually got to spin a wheel. But it was a little bit different. You could get vowels, you could get consonants, you could get an emoji hint. There was Price is Right type one, where they had purchased things from Target right here in Cincinnati, and you had to match the prices. And my daughter, for one of them, my daughter's like, but I was just looking at that and I know what that price is. I'm like, I don't think that's that high. And I was right. But and then there was one where it was another one, like the end of Price is Right. It was a trip, and we rolled a giant die, and then we would put the number in where we thought it was in the price. And last one, it was like is it pachinko, where you put the ball, whatever, it drops from the top and it goes, and you're trying to get it into things across the bottom. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a really good time, and then we got to hang out at the house. There was cake, there was presents. It was just so much fun. And then, so I stayed overnight with everybody at the house that night. They had all come in the night before. Um, it was just amazing. So I got to spend, for those that didn't drive, I got to spend a little bit extra time with them on Thursday. And then Friday, my husband and I left, dark 30. It was like, we left here about 4:45 to catch a plane to Las Vegas, because our plans had been to go to Las Vegas, just shy of 48 hours, really, to see Styx in concert. And I went with my sister-in-law last summer, and he had never been. So up bright and early, we got into Vegas. We went to a Miniso store, and I got a couple of things there. And I think I'm going to show everything on the next video, what I got when I was shopping in Vegas. But then we went to lunch at Fogo de Chao. If you've never been, it's a Argentinian steak restaurant, and they have this beautiful salad bar that you start with, and then when you get to when you're ready for your dinner portion, you have this little card, and it's green on one side, red on the other. So when you're ready, you put it on the green, and all these guys are coming around with meat on swords. And they carve it at your table, and it's all kinds of meat, bottom loin and top loin and pork and sausage and chicken and bacon wrapped fillets and lamb chops, and all kinds of amazingness. So you pretty much go into a meat coma by the time you're done. And when you've had enough, you turn your card back to red, so you have a chance to eat some of it. And they give you mashed potatoes and polenta and plantains and cheese popovers, and oh, it's so good. And of course, because it was my birthday, I had gotten a coupon in my email for money off, and then they brought me a dessert of my choice. So, and then we went to Stitcher's Paradise in Vegas, and I got to wander around there and buy a few things there. And then we were able to check into our hotel, at which point we collapsed in bed and took a nap, because the last few days had been just so much. We were tired. Got up. We were staying at Treasure Island. The concert was across the street at the Venetian, which luckily there was a bridge walkover, because the main Las Vegas Strip you cannot cross. You have to take bridges across it, because it's just too crazy. The drivers are crazy. There's too much traffic, especially at night. But the bridge was right there. We had amazing seats. We were up close enough that you could see everybody and really appreciate there's so many bands that are still performing, but the musical talent that Styx has, they are amazing musicians. It's not even that they can still sing, they can still play. It was a 2-hour concert, and these guys, late 60s into 70s, and put on incredible show. It was so wonderful. And John was really impressed too. Impressed so much that he actually put something on Facebook, which that means a lot, because he wouldn't normally do that. And then, so we had a late dinner, and then the next morning, we had been in Vegas 10 or 12 years ago, and we were there for a convention, and we stayed next door to the Paris. And at that time, they had a breakfast buffet that was absolutely phenomenal. It is not there anymore. As we found out, we decided to walk down there and try to find it. But they have remodeled all their restaurant area. We were going to eat at one of them, and we looked at the menu and we're like, this is a lot of money for something we really don't want. So we ended up going to next door to the hotel that we had stayed in 12 years ago, and their restaurants have all changed as well. Well, the hotel itself is under new management. It's not called the same thing as it was. So we were walking. I think we walked for like an hour and a half, just trying to find some place to have breakfast. So it's by that point, by the time we finally sat down, we went to Denny's. And by the time, I think it was 1 o'clock. I mean, it may have been 2 hours that we had been walking. So, but it was a really good breakfast. It was really good, which is shocking for Denny's, but it was really good. So then we got the car out of the parking garage, and we went to Golden Needle Arts, which she used to have cross stitch at one point. Now she's got, like, it's in a house. She's got one room that's all floss fibers and some needlepoint canvases, and the rest is knitting. So if you knit, amazing selection. She had a whole group of people in knitting that Saturday morning. She was very nice. And I got some unusual things there. And but then we got in the car and we drove to Boulder City, which is about 20 minutes. It's not a bad drive, to Silver State Needle Art, or Silver State Stitch Shop. And when you walk in, the front part is quilting fabric, huge long arm. Then she's got space for people to sew. And then she's got another corner that's for cross stitchers with a table. And there were people doing both. And it was kind of fun because when I walked in, one of the ladies is like, "You're not from here." I'm like, "No." And she's like, "You're on Instagram though. What's your name on Instagram?" I'm like, so I told her. She's like, "Yeah, I know you. I've commented on." And the lady next, "I have too. Oh my gosh!" And she had on one of the plastic mesh bags, she was doing When Pigs Fly, and it's so cool. So like I said, I will show pictures and everything, and what I got later. But Silver State Stitch Shop, definitely worth a visit. So friendly, so welcoming, so nice. Some unusual pattern designers that I hadn't heard of, and I will show that too. And then we still had a lot of time before our flight because he booked us direct flights. So the flight wasn't going until 11:18 at night, and it'd be red eye. We'd get in at like 5:30 Sunday morning. So we're like, well, what do we do? So we had passed the outlet mall. So I said, well, you want to go walk around the outlet mall? And we wandered in like Hot Topic and Box Lunch and some places like that. And then he was starting to feel a little low. So we went and he had a little snack. Because the plan had been we would drop off our rental car and then just eat dinner at the airport. And then we would just hang out there until it was time. So he got a little snack, and then we went and got gas for the rental car, dropped it off. If you go to Las Vegas, I suggest you only get from the name brand people that you know. He went on Expedia and got a car from Easy Rent. It took us Friday morning. Well, first of all, you take from the airport the shuttle bus to the car rental. But that car rental is the major brands. Hertz, Alamo, Budget being a major brand. Go figure that. Etc. And then from there, you get your bus for these off-brands. So, Easy Rent. Take the bus. We get there. There's a line to get the car. Not because of the busload of people that we brought, because there were already people. It was literally an hour from the time we got there till we finally had our car keys. It was crazy. My husband was having kittens by the time we finally got the car. But the car was nice. It worked well. I don't have anything bad to say about that. When we brought it back, that process was very easy. The shuttle bus came pretty quickly, so we were able to get the shuttle bus back to the car rental and get the bus back to the airport. We have TSA pre-check, so we're going. It was about 8 o'clock at that point, and we're walking towards the TSA. I'm like, is it even open? Because we did have that issue in Boston when we came back from Norway and Iceland. That TSA pre-check was closed. But we're like, well, no, there is one person there checking everything. Got through. I'm like, well, where do we go? Because all the gates are across, like, the metal detectors and everything. She's go down the house. So it's like a little skinny hallway to go down to the machine. And I'm like, okay. And like, well, are there bins? He's like, no, just shove everything on. Like, okay. I mean, it was no problem. We went right through. They practiced with my phone. They did the whole stick the thing in. And he's like, don't worry, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just, you got selected. Better me than John, because John would have had a fit. And then we found it was a diner called Rosie's Diner, and just had a burger, and then sat at our gate, and I stitched for a little bit. Not much. I don't have a lot of stitching to show. But we're going to finish the WIP parade. And our flight loaded. We got back a little early, but you know, by the time you get off the plane and go to the bathroom and make it to the parking garage and got home, it was pretty much 7 a.m. So we went back to bed. And then he had to get up to go to rehearsal because this week is Tech Week. Wizard of Oz opens in Kentucky on Friday. So he's the wizard. I'm looking forward to seeing it. We've just got to stay healthy because I started coughing and I feel it right here. So I may go to the doctor just to try to head it off at the pass. I don't know. But anyway, so that's the brief. We're 17 minutes in. I've shown you nothing more. Of course, this is 17 minutes after the first two bits. So let me finish. All right, so WIP parade. All right, so I have the blue flower. This was part of the first Nice List box, Winter Blooms. And this is on 40 count because that was the called for fabric. And this is another one. I just need to pull it out and get it done. So I've got a lot. It's just this big thing down here. And I've thought about changing the colors, and then when I was working on it last, I decided, no, I'm just going to keep it. And I have all the finishing stuff. Also in this bag, I have Snowflake Quaker Style by Ori TM. I was really concerned that I was not going to have enough fabric, but I think that I'm going to be okay. And that's one I should pull out more often to work on, because it is so pretty on this blue. And it's fun to just have a monochromatic every now and then. Okay. Have in my Warning Stabby is My Favorite Hobby. This was a gift from Lynn, Forbidden Fiber Co. when she came to StitchCon. And inside I have Tea Time. This was It's So Emma. And Candy gave it to me for my birthday a couple of years ago. I did pull it out during Stitch Away to work on in the evening, and I started putting the bird in. So that is that one. Let's see. So this is Kathy Barrick needlework. It's very different for me, but I did a color conversion. And Susan from Keepsakes helped me. I started it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it might be 3 years ago at this point. And that's all I've done. So blues and silvers is silver gray. This fabric is Bestitch Me Rainy Day. Of course, it's a 28 count. Here's all the colors that I've picked out. Do I remember what order they're supposed to be in? I'm not sure. But hopefully, when I get back to it again, it will all work out. And I have another Ori TM. This is Quaker Turtle. I am using Sparkling Botanical Beauties by XG Designs. This is the Silks for You that came in a Black Needle Society box. Actually, you can see it better here. So it is a beautiful variegated teal, purple, white. I love it so much. And this is what I have done so far. You can see how big it's going to be. So I've got the center done so far. It's so pretty. I am not playing with it with the variegation. I am just letting the variegation fall where it may as I'm stitching. I brought this to Stitch Away because Candy and I had started it at Stitch Away, and I never had a chance to get it out. I got focused on other things and just never got it out. This you have seen in recent months if you follow me. Glendon Place, Poltergeist Pirates. The chat was actually during Stitch Away. And by the time that chat happened, so many people were at the Houston Woods that the internet was so bad I couldn't get on. And like I said, I was going to work on it on Saturday night, but I didn't quite get things done in time. But this is where my pirate ship is. I need to get back and finish this and finish here before continuing on. I think this may be all the green. That once I come back to the bottom, it will be more of the browns. But I'm pretty sure. And then I can start also putting the waves in underneath. pretty. I do like it. It's just, it's got so many color changes to get the beautiful, that it's, I forgot to turn my phone off. Hold please. Sorry about that. The keypad for our garage door opener has decided to stop working. So, you also saw this last week when I came back from Stitch Away. Talon emblem, Keepsakes and Tokens pink. Throwing things all over the place. And I put a little more into it. Not much. Got the word token and some of the flowers there on the left. I would like to finish this this year. So another from the Acorn and Song, that's today when I got home, got up, it was the Acorns and Threads Acorn Gathering today. It was a digital retreat, and I will show that in a different video. I will talk about that retreat. But this is from a past retreat. I've been to 4 now, and Luhu Stitches was the designer 1 year, and this is what I did that day. I had my squirrel all done. I just haven't done any of the acorns or leaves. It's not much. I should go back and finish it. Let's see, this was 2022, because my needle minder says so. But that came with the pattern and the fabric and all the things. I have in here, this was a bag that I made. I had stitched the cats and then made that bag. It was one of my first ones. But I have my pieces for Mental Health May that I do with Candy 614 Stitcher. There's 3 different Forbidden Fiber Co. ones in here. This one is Sparkle. Your sparkle is not defined by the darkness other people see. And it's kind of big. So your sparkle, it's a let's see, the fabric, it's really cool. Let's see what my fabric is. Oh shoot, did I lose that? Oh, drat. But all these, it's all Forbidden Fiber, fabric and floss, and they're just very pale. You don't really see the colors until you start stitching with them. So we've got Buttermint, which is a little bit of a green, Vanilla Blossom, Pale Thistle has a little bit of blue, Cosmos Fields is a little bit of a pink. So, and I finished one Pale Thistle already. But I have obviously lost what color the fabric is somewhere. But yeah, this is another one I've been working on way too long. I need to just get it done. Let's see. Charcoal. It's 32 count Belfast charcoal. So 2/2. And then I also have in here Magnolia. says, the world needs who you were meant to be. And this one I really have not gotten very far on. So, just one of the buds. Sad to say. I think my goal for this year is to finish one of them. It would probably be Sparkle. And then I also have in here, which I did not show as part of my kit parade, Fight Like a Girl. Some women are lost in the fire, some women are built from it. And I have not started this yet. I think I had planned to start it last year, and it just didn't happen. So hopefully this year I can really get my May. I'm trying to avoid starting sales so that I can really make progress on things that I already have going. From the fall 2021 issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. And this pattern is a Lindy Stitches pattern. It is now available for purchase. You don't have to have the magazine, but if you have the 2021 magazine, this is it. And it's called Bathing in the Asters. I love it. And I feel like I've lost my floss somewhere. Ooh. But that's what I've almost got the tuxedo cat done. We've had 2 tuxedo cats. I did change the white pumpkin for an orange one because I like orange pumpkins. That's the fall to me. White are weird. I'm sorry if you like white. That's just my opinion. Oh, I know where. But where are they? Huh. I have misplaced my flosses for that. I have in here, I started at StitchCon, Kitty Cat Row by Bent Creek, and it is currently in timeout. I'm probably going to restart it. I was doing it on this banding, and I swear that I had counted it, and the cat's not going to fit. So I don't know if I'm going to restart it completely on something else, or if I'm going to try to take some things out and adjust it. So let's see. I think I can still make it work on the banding. That's really what I want. Let's see, did I start this one? This is this one is done. Okay, so this one is a completed project that I thought maybe I would do more of, but I didn't, so I think I'm going to put that over there. Oh, there are the floss for that. Yay! I have them in the little Athena bag from Black Needle Society, and they just got lost down at the bottom. We have another Forbidden Fiber Co. kit. You can see a theme. I like her kits. This is called Simple Life. If more people valued home above gold, this world would be a merrier place. And I have got across the top, so that's as wide as it's going to be. So, I mean, once I finish that one border, the words should go pretty quickly. I don't have any trouble with words. Words are pretty easy for me. but I haven't gotten back to it. I should put it on my Candyland board, but I have it in my bin of things that, you know, I want to focus on and get done, which is why we do WIP parades, because, you know, then we could see what we got and what's closer than other things. This was a gift from Christine the Apothecary Stitcher from Erin Elizabeth Designs Cat Tier. I'm stitching it on a 28 count Witchell linen in Stormy Gray, and this is what I've done so far. It is a quick stitch. I really love it, but I've been focusing on other things, which is why I have not gone back to it, but I do love it. Gotta move the floss out of the way. And of course, when Ymir, Almond M&M's is running, our group has started Bothy Threads shoes. Mine is Gossamer Slipper, which is really pretty, but a cat fur on mine. Very appropriate, I suppose. That's all I've done on mine, but so pretty. Another one that you've seen within the last couple of months, Anytown, Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. And this is another one that I'm doing on banding. And I've got Keepsakes almost completely done. And the building, the barber shop next to it. And then it'll be time to move the Q-snap. So, pretty cool. And this one is another one I'm going to pull out. I have 1,000 stitches to do for my Candyland draw, so probably later this week. Modern Folk Embroidery, The River. This was in a Black Needle Society box. We got the floss from Forbidden Fiber Co. in that box. It's called The River, or River of Life. Dark blue and greens. And let's see, I'm stitching it on the Stitch Me's After the Harvest. It's a 28 count. And I am so close to being where I want to be on this one. So, this is what I have gotten done. So I'm starting the urn that's in the middle. So the urn, that's one of the flowers in the urn. I was gonna leave off the words, but I'm thinking I might do a different quote. I know other people have done that, and in recent days, with everything that's going on in the world, I think there's a quote, and I'll let you know when I decide officially, but there's a quote that I want to put in there. So, that's that. Excuse me. Not start that one. Got my pattern from our chat group went to Hobby House, pumpkin pot, using mostly called for, well, using all the called for colors, whether they're fancy or DMC. This is where I am. It's going to be very cool. What else do I have in this bag? Okay, I haven't started that. Haven't started that, and I haven't started that. Sometimes I'll double, triple up projects in bags, especially if I'm at retreats. But I haven't started that. This is the from Forbidden Fiber Co. This was the Boxing Day countdown box. The fabric is Burglar, 28 count by Forbidden Fiber. The pattern is On an Adventure. Sarah, Memphis Sarah E, has been working on it and going like gangbusters on it. And that's all I've done. 2 colors so far. I'm going to leave that out because I want to get back to that too. I have Dorney Lane by Rosewood Manor. I've been working on this for way too long. It needs to be done. I'm going to start, now that I'm past my birthday, getting into February, I'm going to start 24/7 or 24/7? 25/7, where you do 25 minutes or a length of floss every day. So this is what I've got done. It is so very pretty, but it is a lot of work. And then from Twin Peak Primitives, I have Tracking the Seasons. The 4 patterns, I'm doing them separately, and I am working on summer. And that's what it looks like. So I had this one in a scroll frame, but this fabric, it's very shiny, slick, so it doesn't tighten up like I like, so I started working on it in a Q-snap, and that's much better. And, oh, another Forbidden Fiber Co. This was the Downton Abbey box. It's called Modern Tidings. It says, it's the gloomy things that need our help. If everything in the garden is sunny, why meddle? And this one I have done a lot of work on. I just need to finish her arm here, finish down to her feet there. I've got 1 foot in. I've got to get the other leg in, and then get the words. This one was one that I was working on before I had markup, and now that I have markup, I know how to put it in as a PDF, and I'm going to, it's just easier that way to mark, and because some of the colors are so close you kind of miss them. And this should definitely be done. This I started the day we left for Australia a year ago, December. Poutini, when I think of traveling. I have back stitching to do, and I'm taking out the Coliseum because we have not been there. And in this space, Megan, Frozen Crafter, Or did she change her name? Is Frozen Crafter your new name or your old name, Megan? Oh, I'm so sorry. Puffin Stitches. She charted Ayers Rock, Uluru, for me. So that should also be done, because that's been almost done. And I didn't take it with me when we traveled, because I've been taking it with me when we go places. I did take it with me to Norway. Maybe I'll do that as a finish for Ireland. I don't know. Okay. I have Stitching Book Club, Jane Eyre. This was the mini. This is the mini. So I need to finish that up. Get her name, get the Charlotte Bronte's name, finish Jane Eyre, and I don't remember if there's more. If there's more on the bottom. I kind of like it the way it is, but I do think there's more on the bottom. I think the year it was written. But it needs to be done too. I have 3 stitching book clubs in progress. Narnia, Anne of Green Gables, and Jane Eyre. They all need to be done. And then I have one from Historical Sampler Company. Oh, drat. Oh, it is historical. I was thinking they had, because they've kind of got 2 names. But this is Home is Where the Heart Is, Stitch Along. If I can find a picture, I will put it in of the finish, because of course it's done. They were kind enough to send me this, and then I never got very far on it. So it's a lot of counting, which I know is kind of ironic to say, but because, you know, count across stitch, it's all counting. But yeah, because of the way they design their letters and such, there's a lot of counting to it. And oh my, we're done. We've hit bottom. So that is my WIP parade. Those are all the things that I have in progress. I have put in all the numbers, so you will know before I do. I mean, technically I'll know because I'm editing it and I'll find out, but I don't know right now how many WIPs I just showed you, especially with it being all broken up like it was. So I am going to leave you now. I'm going to edit this, clean everything up, get it all out of my craft room here so that I can do other things. But we will see. I will see soon if I made my goal of 60 before 60 or not. I think I did. I think I did. Unless I don't have things written down. I have a notebook that I keep track of everything I start, when I start it, and then I mark it off when it's finished. So from the pages that I have left, I should have, well, I think it was like 40 the last time I counted. This seems like a whole lot more than 40 though. So I may not have some projects written down like I should. So we will see. And I will probably come back at you tomorrow, Monday night, as normal, to try to get back on a schedule and show you items that I've gotten. I have Stitch of Kindness. I have, you know, things that I bought in Vegas. t-shirts that I've gotten. I've got other stuff to show you. And hopefully I've done some stitching too before I come back. So, thank you for staying with me all this time. I know it's a long one. I hope you enjoyed it. And until I film again, I'm going to do my best to be here tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.